have 2 new messages. Hey, what's up, bro? How you been? I heard you was on a show called Reasons. What's that?
Hey, fat boy, what's up, man? I saw you're on this show called Reasons with this guy named Fuel. Yeah, I was thinking about watching it, but like, I need some reasons to watch it. So, like, what are your reasons?
You have 0 new messages.
Yo, got some information.
Oh, yeah?
They're asking for it. What should we do?
Let's give it to him.
Let's do it.
From Dallas to LA.
From KC to Florida to LA.
Kansas City all the way to LA.
We watch Reasons, and it starts now.
There I am. What's up? What's up? What's up? You guys, y'all just tuned in to Reasons, the place where you can tell us the reasons why you think what you think about the topics that we're talking about today. You know what I'm saying? And this is your boy Fuel. Let me, I got you.
Fat boy in the building, you already know what type of time we on. We here, man. I'm excited, y'all. What's
Oh, yeah.
up, man? How y'all doing out there? Let me know. Tap in, TV world.
I see you, Nick.
Hey,
is
Nick,
in the
Nick,
house
what's
already.
happening?
Let me
see you.
Let me start adding people
Yeah,
in.
go ahead on
started
add
early.
in. We start a little.
You guys see what the topic is about, and I'm gonna give y'all a little chance to get in. You know what I mean? Let everybody see it. Let everybody see it so they can get in and tap in, because I want everybody's input on this topic that we have for today. It's gonna be a doozy. We got a couple of topics actually. We're gonna talk about the shooting, of course. We're gonna talk about when is the correct age. What age do we actually explain the birds and the bees? I don't know how graphic we can get where, you know what I'm saying, we have a youngin in the
Yeah, we
house.
got the youngin in
We
here.
got a youngin in the house, so
Mhm.
you know, it ain't ready yet.
And
But we're
I
gonna
ain't-
talk about that though. We're gonna talk about that.
Absolutely. You ready? Yeah.
Oh,
I'm
no,
really
I'm-
excited because I haven't had to talk with my girls yet at all. So I'm looking for some insight from y'all as well as from Fuel on when is it the right time
Yeah,
to actually have that conversation with the young, especially with young girls.
yeah.
So I'm excited about that. Mm-hmm.
Nick, what you laughing about, Nick? What's
Nick.
up? Oh,
About
actually,
birds and bees.
oh yeah. But actually, yeah, she the one. She actually gave me the idea.
Oh yeah.
about that.
Great idea. That's a really great idea. Really, for real.
Yeah. So we waiting on you guys. We
Yeah,
waiting
come
on
on
the few
in.
guys to get in, tap in. So far, we only got about it's 8 people in there.
Yeah, we got 8 people.
You know, it's supposed to be 80.
No, for real. And matter of fact, while we
While y'all
waiting,
there, yeah, go
like,
ahead.
share, all that good stuff. What we tell y'all every week.
So we can get
Comment.
more. Yeah.
Yeah, send it to your people.
Mhm. Yeah, do that so we can get more people, you guys. You know what I'm saying? A lot of people don't understand. Donna Parker, what's up, Donna? I see Carrie's in the house. All right, I see y'all watching. If y'all watching, go to y'all
Go to
YouTube channel
YouTube.
so we
Yeah.
can get you guys comment. 11-year-old boys, it's time. Yes. Okay, that's what we're talking about.
Okay.
I just want to see. Okay. All right. So the sound is good.
Sounds
We
good.
good.
Sounds good.
Boy, I was working hard, dude, on
Yeah.
the sound dog this
And
weekend, man.
It was a
So
rough week for you on the sound.
So hopefully, man, you know.
Hopefully y'all enjoy it.
And this is the thing. We starting to get more viewers. We got more subscribers. I always get tongue tied when we every show I get tongue tied on something. But yeah, subscribers. We got more subscribers now. So I want to make sure that we are giving you the best quality sound that we can. Also, if you guys are interested, and you live here in California and you want to do a podcast, hit us up 818-237-6903. I got everything for you, the equipment and all that good stuff, whatever. And you know, it's in a reasonable price. You know what I'm saying? So if you guys are interested in doing your own show like we're doing, you know, you can't do it like us though. Because
Of course not. Of course not. Of course not. You gotta have
you
the
do it like
juice.
us, but you gotta have some
Yeah,
more
you gotta
juice,
have
you
the
know
juice
what I'm
like
saying?
this, man. You gotta really be seasoned.
It's all good though. It's all good. But yeah, but basically, you know, and voiceovers. I'm starting to record voiceovers for customers too. So that if you want to do a live show, if you just want to do a pre-recording show to upload it on YouTube, we'll take care of that for you as well. So that's what's up. Who we got? What's up? What up, King? Rob Jackson's in the house. What's up? What's up? That's it.
What's
That's
up,
it.
Rob? What's up, big Rob? What's happening, family? What's happening? Let's
Let
get
me
to this
start sharing.
thing, man.
Let me start sharing the stuff.
Yeah, you still
I'm
sharing?
still
You?
kinda,
Yeah, I've
yeah,
been sharing too. I'm sharing, man.
yeah.
What's up, family?
I had to help Gussie earlier. I don't know if you in here, Gus. Holler at us if you are. Say something. I know you kind of. No, she's supposed to do a prayer thing or something first. And then,
Yeah.
you know, I be trying. I be keeping
Gussie
up with our loyal
have prayers.
customers, man. Our day ones.
Yeah, our
You know
day
what I'm
ones.
saying? We
Gotta
actually
tap
talk to
in.
you. Yeah. So if you want to be a part of the day one crew,
Yeah, tap
holler
in.
at us. You
Yeah,
know what
for
I'm saying?
sure.
Tap in. You know, that's what's up. But for now, there's my little niece. Oh, that's it. That's it. I got a story to tell.
Yeah, your niece.
Yeah.
Yeah, how you doing? What's up? What's up, family? Shout out to the niece. Tell her to come on YouTube so we can read them comments.
Yeah, I just sent her a thing. Yeah, I just sent her something. So, yeah. It's a very special story. But anyway, we're going to talk
Talk about
to
it.
our peoples right now.
Let's get to
We're
it.
going to get into the whole show now. But
The shooting.
what's up with me with the
I don't know. That's usually me, Fuel. What you on today? What you on today?
I don't know, dog. I don't know. Who's long lived Gina Pooh? Gina Pooh. Why the name that sound familiar?
It does.
Huh?
It does sound familiar.
I know, right? Yeah. I don't know. I have to see. Um, Nothing, man. I mean, this week has been it's been challenging. It's been a challenging week, you know. Not only with the whole news about what's going on in Texas, but even just what's going on here in Cali and our personal things or whatever, man. It's been kind of challenging for me or whatever.
Mhm.
So but we're gonna get into that in a minute. Who we got here? Let's see let's get our shout outs real quick.
Yeah, give them some shout outs. Who we got in there? Let me see. Marlon, I see you.
Already in. She just don't know it. Oh, okay. Hey, Gussie, you are in, and you just don't know it. But if you type something, we probably see your comments. Oh, there she is.
Yeah, there she is.
I can't get my fat. You said my fat ass on, but see here.
See
no,
and hear you.
Okay. You said she can't, but she can see it here. No, you there. We
You
got
there?
you.
We see
got
you.
Yeah.
We just don't see you on YouTube. We still see your Facebook.
Yeah. We got you on Facebook. Oh, that
Mhm.
was Facebook. Okay.
Hey, Gussie Gus.
Marlon's in the house.
Marlon, what's the deal? Top of it. What's up, family?
Yeah.
Shout out to
All right.
Marlon, man. Shout out to Marlon, man. Marlon getting it done.
Mhm.
Marlon is in I think he's in his first year of grad school doing his thing, you know. So shout out to him, man, for being consistent, man, and chasing his dreams.
Man,
Shout out to
yeah.
that, for real.
Oh yeah.
That's
Push it,
important, man.
Push it for them goals, baby.
Man,
Let's
get
go.
it done. Get it done.
That's what's up. Hey, all right, man. So we're going to get into this whole Texas school shooting. You know, you guys, what's been going on in Texas with the school shooting, the mass shooting, and I also want to know you guys' opinion and what you guys think about how it was handled. You know what I mean? And also we want to talk about what we can do to prevent it. You know what I'm saying? How we can help prevent. You know, like sometimes this is the thing. Sometimes we when things like this is happening, we pointing fingers at everybody. You know what I mean? But yet, one of the main things, yes, I would say, is the gun control thing. You know what I'm saying? I think that I don't know if most kids, I mean, people that's going to go in that and be in that situation or do those type of things are going to find a way.
Mhm.
You know what I'm saying? They're going to find the weapons to do it, whether it's legal or illegal, that they get it. You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
And that's the thing with that. So that's a hard task to actually get through. But if we tighten the reins a little bit more, we make it hard. You know what I'm saying? We should make it hard
We
for them to
should.
get it. You know what I'm saying? To get them red flags up or whatever, and act on them.
But I always have to tell us, right? We have to be careful. We have to be careful when we say gun control, Because what happened is, and I talked a lot about this in my class, I talk about a lot about this with Marlon. What happens is, if they strengthen gun laws, the gun laws still won't affect guys like the guys who end up getting a weapon in a mass shooting. The gun laws will affect African American and brown people because of that's who they target. And so we strengthen gun laws, which gives local police the authority to stop and frisk, which gives local police the authority to start looking for guns, right? And so I think that it's more than gun control. What we need to do is we need to understand the communities that we're in, because a lot of these mass shootings aren't happening in the ghetto where they're attacking gun violence. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying? And
That's
so
always in a small
we have to
town or-
watch what we say, because sometimes we'll say, well, gun control, and then they'll attack all urban areas because on TV, that's where it's seen that the gun violence is.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And so, but it's happening in Texas, in Colorado, and all of these small towns and these supposedly good communities.
Right.
And these are where the mass shootings are happening. And so we have to kind of address that. What's going on in these communities? Are they producing these villains or these psychopaths, or you know what I mean? Is it mental health? Right? I think it's more than just gun control.
Yeah, exactly. It's more than it. It's more than just that or whatever. And like you said, even with mental health, a lot of them hasn't really been mental health. You know, haven't been what's the word? Diagnosed. What is it?
Diagnosed. You got it.
Diagnosed with a mental health issues. All of them haven't been that. So you know, it's more than that. You know, from what I'm told with the story of it, the guy was bullied. You know,
Often.
just going through, often, and all that type of stuff, whatever. So you just never really know. But the thing is how, you know, can we help to control it? You know, to save, to protect our kids. You know,
Absolutely.
And I have someone. What's up, Kevin? I see Kevin. I see you, Kevin Perrier. He's on Facebook.
What's up, Kev? What's up, Kev?
But I have real quick, you guys. A friend had actually just sent me a text that made so much sense. I was like, oh yeah, I gotta talk about it, or I gotta at least share it with the viewers here. It was a friend of ours, Tanya.
Okay.
Miss Wade, what's up?
Hey, Miss Wade, watch out there.
She said, many parents aren't aware. Oh, that's me. Many parents aren't aware of each school district that have what's known as district policy. But they aren't made of aware. Yeah, that's what she said. But they aren't made aware is that each individual school has budget, example, sports, learning, security, etc., etc. The school districts have allowed each school to spend their budget as they see fit. If the school principal stays within their budget, they get an increase in salary. So this school that doesn't use precautions such as safety have money to spend elsewhere. This is more of a political fight that's using our kids as shields. Parents need to get involved.
Absolutely.
That's
Absolutely.
facts.
Absolutely.
You know, and that's basically it. And I didn't even think about that, of course, until she sent me this. And basically what it is they have a budget and they get bonuses or whatever, as much money that they can save. You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
And that's their goal. That's what they're looking at. You know, when actually all schools, I feel, should have a metal detector at either exit, on either end of the exit or whatever. It should have those. No, you got to.
Yeah, but this is my thing, and I think it's in the comments, right? It starts at home, man. Because do we want to strengthen the school to prison pipeline, right? Do we want to create that environment where school is unsafe to where we have metal detectors to
with the situation now? Yeah. Because you have to.
I guess so.
You know what I'm saying? They put you in that to do that or whatever. But if it's to protect our kids,
yeah.
Right.
I
But
don't
like
care
I said, if you gotta go in or whatever, and you guys check every bag as far as, and if it feels like prison, whatever, oh well.
But
you know what I'm saying?
What happens with that is it becomes racial.
Well, I mean,
and you get what I'm saying? It's so, and I get it, but immediately when you start to put these safety precautions into play, it becomes racial.
No.
It becomes, let's say that
No.
it becomes
It only
biased.
it only come biased
and then it
and racial.
becomes
It only come biased and racial if it's at certain schools.
what I'm saying is, even if it's at a certain kind of school, okay. So say we have metal detectors, right? And it's a school here in the valley where the demographic, it's a mixed demographic, but it's mainly predominantly white and Hispanic.
Right.
That could also cause for biasness in a certain level of harassment for students who are bussed in, right? Because they're seen as what, like I said earlier, as the
Outsider.
problem, right? As the people who are bringing the violence, and it's never those kids, right? It's always the kids from these communities,
Right.
And so I think that more of all, we have to address the people in these communities,
Yeah.
because you can have metal detectors, but what happened is they'll let little Johnny with the gun go by, and a kid that's busted in or doesn't go there or is not from that area or doesn't have that financial status, and
But you know,
and harass him while Johnny has the gun.
Okay, but
you
still,
get what I'm
it's still,
saying?
it's still a state of mind though. It's like this. If there's more protection outside of, I mean, like you said, like if it's a metal detector, however that they see constant check or whatever, less likely someone's going to take that chance and do it.
Absolutely.
You see what I'm saying?
Right.
Just by it being there.
Right,
It's kind of like, oh, okay, well, shit, I don't think I'm gonna get caught. You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
Blah, blah, blah. You know what I'm saying? Unless you're just starting from the parking lot on and you know what I mean, or whatever. But the whole thing is these schools or whatever, like you said, I have certain budgets in the certain, the areas or districts or whatever, you know what I mean? And they're not using it for security. And they're not getting enough for, and that's where it comes to, it goes from there to politicians. Politicians have to be able to bring this money in,
right,
to protect these kids. And you know what I'm saying? They're using it for everything else or whatever. They use it, the whole thing about, cutting the police budget and all that type of thing and whatever the case may be, instead of hiring them and make sure that there's somebody's there at these schools. Period. You know what I mean? Marcus said, good evening to everyone. Marcus, what's up? What's up, Marcus?
What's the deal, family?
Big dog. Let me get into some comments real quick before I get
let's
too
get
far
to it. We got a lot
here.
of comments.
Yeah. We got, personally, I believe you should have to do every few years a mental evaluation to re-register your gun.
Absolutely.
That's a good one. Yeah.
I agree.
Nick was talking about, we on that topic yet, but we'll talk about it too. Nick was said, start at home, talk to you. Oh, no. Actually, that is a thing. Yeah,
absolutely.
Start at home, talk to your kids. Yeah.
Talk to your children.
Man, it's going. Good evening to everyone. Marcus,
what's up, Marcus?
Oh, shit. All right, hold on. I'm trying to.
I got you.
Yeah. Let me let you. Can you see it?
Yeah, I can see it.
Okay, well, as long as you can see it then. Okay. All right.
Marlon says, I think even in the military snipers have to re-register, reevaluate every couple of years to continue their sniper status, I believe. Which I think is absolutely, Marlon. Absolutely. I think but it's never those people though. And that's why I really want to talk about that.
No, there has been.
It is those people, but it's rarely those people. It's rarely your average American gun holder. It's rarely him, right? Because the average American gun holder understands the responsibility that comes with carrying a firearm. The reason why I don't carry a firearm myself, one, because it's gonna be illegal. Two, because there's a lot of responsibility that comes with owning a firearm and carrying a firearm.
Right.
Because if you carrying a firearm and somebody tries to harm you, you have to use it. You can face murder trial, especially in California. So most people who are responsible gun owners, the people Marlon are talking about mainly, they don't have this issue. It's mainly people who just turned 18, right? Or who being going under the radar for so long and he does some wild shit. You get what I'm saying? And I think that we have to start realizing that we are creating the communities that these people live in are creating these people, whether it's bullying, whether it's putting too much pressure on grades, whether it's the upbringing, whether it's these things. So
like you said though, like you were saying, evaluation, at least having there's certain steps that need to be taken to be let those people that even have an inkling thought of that
Right.
be aware
To be okay.
of the consequences of what happened. You know what I'm saying? And
Absolutely.
sometimes when nobody's looking and nobody, you know, and that's when people do shit because nobody's paying attention, nobody cares. You know what I'm saying? They're not thinking about them. You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
They're thinking about them in a negative ways. They're talking about them or like you said, being bullied or whatever. But you know, they are not, you know, when you just basically like shoot this person off, whatever, yeah, whatever. He just crazy. He just, you know, or whatever, instead of really evaluating them or whatever, you know, to
Mhm.
see what's going on with them
Absolutely.
mentally. You know what I mean? Because like you said, I mean, but see, this is like, you know, something that was happening in the home.
Yeah.
That's why he killed his
Killed his
grandmother, or
grandmother
shot his
first.
grandmother. I don't know if she passed away.
Yeah, he
I
killed
hope,
her.
you know,
Mhm.
and then, you know, then go to the school or whatever and just, you know, and tell them, you know, it's time, it's, you know, it's, what do you say? It's time to die or something like that.
Yeah, he was wilding.
Yeah, you know what I mean?
He was wilding.
And our prayers, of course, goes out to our
To the family.
to the families and the
Yeah.
teachers that try to protect and help them. Yeah, I mean, just to actually everyone in all these school districts and all these teachers, man, that's basically
Absolutely.
risking themselves.
The
You know,
lives.
it's like teachers now are security. They're
Parents.
the psychiatrists,
Yeah,
the parents. You know what I
absolutely.
mean? And they don't get paid enough.
Absolutely.
You know, I believe they really don't get paid enough for what they do.
Absolutely.
Real quick with the comment. High school in Orlando had four resource officers on duty at all times, and we had security at the entrance parking lot. Plus, we had cameras literally everywhere.
That's
Right.
that's cool.
And that's what I'm saying. Putting in that budget or putting in those things in place or whatever to at least make them think twice.
But notice he said no metal detectors. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah,
And
I
so
still.
even with that, I agree with that one. I think that that's the best way to go at it.
No,
More security,
I disagree.
more police present because sometimes
No, you need it all. You need it all.
metal detectors is
You need
is
it all.
iffy.
What?
because
What's the harm of it?
it doesn't necessarily
What's the harm?
it doesn't
if it's to
necessarily
save a life.
stop anything.
Well, I mean, if you got four, that doesn't necessarily stop
But
anything.
but
if there's cameras, that doesn't necessarily
what I'm
stop
saying is
anything. But if
the
you got somebody,
visibility of 4 cops will stop way more crime
not really,
than 2 metal detectors.
not really. If you
Definitely.
if you see a cop slacking, or you know, if they take a break at a certain time and you checking when they do this or whatever the case may be.
Yeah,
come
but
on.
these are crimes of impulse.
But I'm just saying. I mean, I'm just saying.
Okay,
I'm just
so
saying.
if this
What's the
kid, prime example for this kid, if he goes to that school and when he pulled in a lot, the security was already on him. And when he came to school and he entered, it was police walking around. It changes his idea. He's not
Well,
because
no, not necessarily. There was a cop on the premises for this last one. It was a cop on
and
the
he didn't.
premises.
But that's what we're gonna get
But he
into that.
didn't
But he
even-
didn't
right.
do shit.
Right, he didn't do nothing
That-
because they, like I said, it didn't. Maybe it didn't dawn to on him or whatever the case would be. But of course, the police is trying to kind of protect that between the time that he was there and not confronting him, blah blah blah, whatever. But then it was on that person to recognize the strangeness
threat.
or or recognize the threat or whatever. You know, like if you acting strange, if you can, I mean, you can't carry a big ass, what's the name,
A rifle
Right, you
without
know
a
what I'm saying,
coat
without, you know,
in the middle of the fucking
the
summer.
Exactly. You know what I'm saying? Shit like that.
I would have spotted his ass from a mile away.
Yeah.
But it goes back to what I was saying. We have a certain demographic of people that we think are going to do a certain kind of crime. And we look over the fucking criminal often, Fuel. That's what I'm saying. The reason why it didn't bother him or he didn't think to, oh, look at this motherfucker with a trench coat on in the middle of the summer is because we look at crime through a lens of Fox 11 News. Do you get me? So when I see this guy odd, I just think he being weird. I don't see him as a threat. But I bet you, if it was me with a trench coat on, with nothing, my ass would have got shot. I promise you that.
Well,
because
I mean, that's
it's through the lenses of it's the eyes of the people who are looking at it.
Yeah, and that's understandable. That is understandable. But if we looking at it as a we can't look at everything as a what's I can't even come up with the words today. You guys help me out, viewers, help me out. But if you have to look at it as a whole. You can't look at it as, you know, because of this and because of that, or if for this and if for that. You have to look at it as a whole to protect our kids. And
Absolutely.
that's basically all it is.
But that's not what they're doing,
That's
though.
what I'm saying.
Yeah, that's
my
not what
point.
they're doing.
That's not what
Yeah.
they're doing,
Yeah.
and that's what need to be done.
Absolutely.
Or whatever. You know what I'm
Absolutely.
saying? And that's when the parents come in,
Mhm.
you know what I'm saying, when elections come up or whatever,
Absolutely.
you know, and seeing some daggone movement within that year or that these people being elected.
Absolutely.
You know what I'm saying? Years go by and they ain't done shit. You know what
All
I'm
the
saying?
time.
But they've been getting paid. They living lavishly or whatever, and they're using our taxpayers' money on whatever the fuck they want to. You
Committing
see what I'm
fraud
saying?
on the American
And
people.
all and shit like that. So the point is for one, us as parents that have kids in school, you know what I'm saying, being more active and seeing what's going on, seeing that they're being protected. You know what I mean? If you see something at a school, it's kind of like, well, why? You know, somebody could just walk in this back door and nobody recognizing who they are. You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
These are questions that have to be said. Gus said, she said, speak on it.
No, speak on it.
She said condoms don't either, but we use them. She said condoms don't protect you, but we use them.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. I agree. I just feel like it's more than the precautions. I think it starts with the psyche. You know what I'm saying? So you could take all the precautions he want, but if a motherfucker want to shoot a fucking school up, he gonna shoot it up. Yeah. He gonna find a way to get the gun past the metal detector. So what we have to do is,
but we gotta be that's the thing.
We have to do the precautions
ahead of the game.
I'm with you on that. I'm with that. But at the same time, if we address the problem, we don't have to do precautions. And the issue is the problem is not being addressed. The problem that these communities are facing, far as the bullying, far as mental health, far as not paying attention to the children. Okay. That is the issue that is going on in these communities.
Good.
And so we can take all the precautions we want. We can put metal detectors, but if we're not paying attention to the children, they will find a way to do something mischievous.
Well, yeah. So I'm glad you said that because I also have a clip of you guys I want y'all to hear. I want to read the comments and catch up on that real quick or whatever. But I do have a clip after we read this comments and, you know, see what you guys are thinking or saying. Things slip through loops. That's what Gussie said.
All the time.
But I want to read these whatever real quick before I give you this clip.
Let's get to it. Nick said, if you can shoot your grandma in the face, something is mentally wrong. According to the grandpa and mom's boyfriend, he was a loner and no one spoke to his crazy ass. There it is. There it is. Grandma's alive, not dead. Shout out to grandma. Prayers go out to grandma. But she's gonna have a problem. I believe all schools should budget high security and have officers on site. Period. I agree.
That's exactly what I was
saying. Definitely. It could get. Go ahead.
Originally, we meant when metal detectors. Originally, when metal detectors were discussed years ago, folks didn't like it because the formality was too close to prison.
Absolutely,
exactly, and that's what Fat Boy was saying.
And it helps further the prison.
But that's
to
what
school
Fat Boy was saying.
pipeline.
But then
school to prison pipeline.
But you know what? Funk that.
I get it.
Our kids are getting killed.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying. So if that's what it takes to make somebody think twice about coming up in some facility or some school or wherever, you know what I'm saying, do that.
Absolutely.
You know what I mean? You ain't gonna see you ain't seeing nobody just jumping in the city hall or whatever. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
You ain't seeing them jumping in there or whatever. Do the city hall feel like prison? Hell no.
It definitely do.
But
yeah, it definitely do. But I get you. I get where you going with it. Yeah, it definitely do though.
Like
you can't take a lighter in city hall, boy. They'll shoot you for splacking it.
But you know what? But what I'm saying is that the type of protection that now needs to be thought
I don't think for our children, man. I think we need to protect them. I'm with that, but I think it's a slippery slope on criminalizing them. You get what I'm saying? And
no. And this is the thing.
It can be quick. I'm telling you.
If you have the conversation with your kids, even like before school starts or the next school year start or whatever, look, this is what's going to be going on. You know what I'm saying? You have to be checked before you go into the class, blah, 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 whatever. And they learning that from age 5, 6, 7, 8 on up or whatever the case may be, they're not going to feel no certain
But
way like that.
are we normalizing that?
They need to.
Are we? That's what I'm saying. Because I don't.
I think it needs to. What else we got real quick with the
Okay.
Also, at the same time, schools around America will put insecurities in for a short time, but the minute things slow down, then events, yeah, it happens again. Exactly.
I agree.
That's what I said. And it's kind of like when they slack off, you know what I'm saying? When
It's when
nobody's
they hit.
looking, it's when they hit.
But then that goes back on the budget as well, right? They
Exactly.
pulling them out.
Right.
I think if they're constantly visible, I think you prevent this. I think metal detectors and the bars, and it gets a little prison.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But if that's the precaution that has to be taken, then that is what it has to be.
I don't agree with bars on the window.
But that's what they're doing.
Yeah.
I mean, all schools are looking like prisons anyway.
Are they?
Yeah, they really are.
Yeah.
So
I know
the next step is prison.
Yeah, I mean, no, you can design it with a little cage,
No.
get some air in, you know what I'm saying?
just-
But I mean, if it's my whole thing is like who was that, Marlon?
That's Marlon.
Yeah, just like Marlon was saying, you know, when things get, you know, and we do this as a whole, as American period. As things kind of like slow down, whatever, we forget about it.
Yeah. Absolutely.
We let our guards down.
Absolutely. When the
And
last
then-
time y'all
and
used your
soon-
hand sanitizer?
And then look, point.
I got you.
You know what I'm saying?
No facts.
Everything with the whole, like the COVID,
COVID,
or whatever. You know what I'm
absolutely.
saying? Now that everybody can go out everywhere, who's still washing their hands?
I know
Who's
I
still,
am,
you know what I'm
but
saying?
yeah,
Oh, yeah,
absolutely.
exactly.
Yeah.
You know what I'm
Facts,
saying?
though.
Or who's still, you know, even some places I still use masks. You know what I'm
Mhm.
saying? Because there's too many people
Yeah,
around.
exactly.
I don't like too many people
Mhm.
around me.
Mhm.
Period. You know what I mean? So there, I did a period, dog.
Yeah. Period.
Period. What's up,
Period.
Titty
Tuesday.
But anyway, let me finish the really comment, and then I'm gonna show
Yeah.
you guys this clip and whatever. Okay.
Marlon says, plus parents need to check their kids' room and quit being their kids' friends. Like my parents gave me my space, but they know everything I was doing, even when I didn't know it.
Yes,
LOL.
facts,
And that's
Marlon.
a fact. You didn't have time to shoot up no motherfucking school. Excuse
You
my
wouldn't
language.
even, no, you wouldn't even have time. It wouldn't be at your house.
It wouldn't be
if
at your
anybody
house.
be at your friend's
Absolutely.
house, you ain't gonna be at your house.
And the same thing with me. That's why I'm like, we could take all the damn precautions we want, Fuel, right? But that shit is, I'm kind of sick of them putting this on the American people too. That is their communities.
Mhm.
They are, and it's these small.
Hold on, what do you mean? What do you mean?
So
go back on
they
that.
put the, okay, so what happens is
They put what on?
America has to feel it. But these are their communities that they're producing these people.
The community is producing it.
The communities, the areas, the parents, the lack of them. Like Marlon said, they're not paying attention. They're not. They're friends. They ain't doing monthly room check. In our community, my mama, it wasn't even no damn locked doors in high school.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
What I mean by they putting it, because it sounds bad, but what I mean by they putting it on us is we take it in, but that's an American problem because of the children. But it's a UVale problem,
Okay, but
or wherever the place is.
But who's the one? We're the ones that's supposed to protect the children, regardless of what you're
Well,
saying.
what I'm saying is we can't protect kids in Texas.
Okay, yes, you can. By having a trend of protection from one city to one country to one community to the next. Having that same security is actually what's going to help. Now, other things that goes into that, there are other things that goes into that.
The underlining things,
right?
that we're
the underlining
missing.
going there that basically is yes. You know, we have naive parents.
We have sick individuals,
or because sometimes they haven't even grown up, you know what I'm saying, or mature themselves or whatever. And like Marlon was saying, instead of trying to be their friends or whatever, and that's what society tried to make it. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, they was like, oh, you can be your kid's friend. No, nigga, I ain't your friend. You know
at
what
all.
I mean? You know what I'm saying? We get along as a parent, as a son and daughter or mother or whatever. We get along, but I'm not your friend.
Absolutely.
Not like that.
Absolutely.
You know what I mean?
What I mean by that is they're creating these kids, man. We see this all the time. Y'all know I love the FBI, all of these man. I pay attention to them because it's the act, but it's also the acts leading up to the act. This is not new for him. He was always like this. So we have to start to address the people who are raising these people.
Yeah.
So we can make, that's what I'm saying, we can take all the precautions we want. But if we're constantly raising people with hate, we're constantly normalizing murder, we're normalizing criminality,
Well,
right?
understand
If we
this though.
continue to do that, then
Yeah.
we could do all the precautions we want. We still will produce a serial killer in small towns like
Okay.
this because these
But
are the
understand this.
towns
Understand this
that
though.
parents are not paying
But
attention.
understand this. You can't. No one's going to monitor every family in the U.S. Right? Now,
The
understand that.
families will. That's what I'm saying. That's the
What I'm
family's
saying
job.
that's what I'm saying. But they're not going to do that.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
Because it's because people that shouldn't even have kids are having kids.
Absolutely.
You know what I'm saying?
For sure.
Kids are having kids.
Mhm.
You know what I mean? That type of thing. So their mentality and maturity or whatever don't extend to that much, that far. Right? So when you have that, okay, yes, I understand what you're saying, but we're talking about avoiding. Oh yes, maybe it should have that in the household or whatever. Because if they're crazy, if they're
They
really
crazy.
crazy, he would have just stopped at shooting his mama.
No, he
and his
had an
grandmother.
agenda.
He had an agenda,
Mhm.
right? Because he knew he can go in there and get it. He knew how he can get in his school or whatever to do what he wanted to do. You know what I'm saying? So that's when it comes to us as America, and you know what I'm saying, to be able to have that protection for those kids or whatever. You see what I'm saying? So instead of it stopping at
As a
home,
s- it
because
said as a
because
second
of
line of
however he
defense.
was raised, however he's ignored, however he was bullied or whatever, and it's stopping right there. No, it went further.
Okay.
You see what I'm saying?
So-
And then if the schools were protected, it would not have gotten that far.
So I'm gonna give you
know
this
what I'm saying?
scenario.
So
So what if we do all the precautions, right? And he don't do it inside the school anymore because the school is highly secure.
Mhm.
But he waits to the bus stop and then shoot 15 random kids. How
Right.
do you protect those 15 random kids from that same child that they're producing?
Yeah.
Do you get what I'm saying?
I
So it
get what you're
stops.
saying.
I get we can take all the precautions we want, Fuel,
Yeah.
and I'm gonna stick to that. But until we start addressing the shit that's going on in these little small ass towns, like wherever that was, Texas and Columbine and all of these little small, predominantly white or predominantly his whatever towns, you feel me?
Mhm.
We need to address what is going on in these communities.
Mhm.
Because it's something underlined that nobody is talking about. And then what they do is to ignore the fact that they're producing these people, they immediately go to gun violence
Okay.
or gun control. But it's like, I can have all the gun control I want, right? We can put in place all gun control because I know all they gonna do, all they gonna do is put it on us. So I understand it. But we can have all the gun control we want. But that's not gonna stop these little small towns from producing mass shooters. Because they all have the same story. They've been bullied. They this.
Well,
The parents don't look into
the
them.
same. It's
So
the same.
it's the same story.
I mean, it's the same as even those ones like you said that goes in the theater and they shoot up.
It's the same
theater or
story.
whatever the case may be. But
Colorado
but the thing,
Springs.
but still, but that's when it comes to the whole. It's a whole lot that needs to be done.
Definitely, for
in
sure.
this thing, and it's not just the whole thing. This is the thing. It's not just the gun control.
No.
It's not just the schools. It's also and it's the parents. It's everybody.
It's everybody needs to play a
working
part.
as
I
a
get what
whole
you're
to
saying.
understand
Absolutely.
that this is not going to be tolerated. You're not going to get away with it, or you're not going to even get a chance to do it because whatever you applied for, whatever, it got flagged and you couldn't get it.
Yeah.
You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? And
But you
in
don't-
other words, the harder that you make it, the less time, the less people will get hurt. Now, some will, you're gonna find a way.
Yeah,
but
but
you
that's
know
what I'm saying. But
that's
those
the
are
thing.
the people that we're talking about. They are rarely the people who are stopping. Think about this guy, 18. He just turned 18. He went and got a rifle. This guy went under the radar because of nobody paid attention to him. Does that make you get what I'm saying? So it would be me and you flagged before, not because of our color, but because we are not under the radar, because nobody knew who this gentleman was, this young man was. Like they said, he was a loner. His family didn't even talk to him. They never knew what he was going through.
Yeah.
People
But
like that
but this is the
slip
thing.
under the
But listen,
radar,
we can
and you
talk
will
about
never
that.
catch him.
Yes, but we can talk about this part all day. Of
Right.
course, someone going on the radar or what they're doing. We could talk about that all day and how it happened. The point is how do we protect the youth?
The youth. Absolutely.
That's the whole point.
I think more.
And that's why I'm gonna get at this before I get to this. I'm gonna get at this.
Go ahead.
Common sense 101. That's what Michelle said. When PD determined that they could not compete with the criminals and their firepower, what did they do? They upgrade their
They
firepower.
absolutely did.
Yes.
They absolutely did.
Exactly.
And then they started knocking black men
Yes.
dicks in the dirt.
Right,
So
right.
that's why I say
What's
it's
up,
a slippery
Cynthia?
slope when we get to talking about that, because
What's up, Cynthia?
immediately they start criminalizing us, y'all. That's the only reason why I say it's a slippery slope.
Metal detectors, glass door entry, armed security at entries and throughout the building, exterior and exterior, but no one wants to pay. Exactly. No one
That's
wants to pay,
crazy.
put the money into it.
Absolutely.
But obviously, we're going to have to. You know what I'm saying?
I got a question. Do we live in a world that bad to where we got to send our kids? We might as well homeschool our kids if we got to send them to prison to learn. That's just my opinion on that.
I just don't.
Do you get what I'm saying? Like, you got to send them
I just disagree with
to
it
a
being,
fortress.
I disagree with it being a prison, like you say. You know what I'm saying? I don't see that. I see it as being protected. I see it protecting them or whatever, and having.
Have you ever been in a
you know
school
what
with
I'm
metal detectors?
Yeah, I've been, of course.
Okay, well,
You know,
it didn't feel like a prison to you?
Hell no.
I know ours
No,
did.
I mean, I don't feel like a prison when I go to an airport. I don't feel like prison when I go to a daggone city hall.
hate going
If I
to
go to a
TSA.
federal building or whatever. I'm just saying, I don't feel like it's just protection.
Okay.
That's all it is. You know what I
Okay.
mean? And it helps. You know, it might not get everybody, but it helps.
But should our
You know what
kids
I'm
have to go to TSA to get to math? That's all I'm saying.
Man,
That's all I'm saying.
yeah, but to save their damn lives, yes.
I guess so.
Exactly.
I guess so. I guess so. I mean, I'm with it. I'm absolutely
Marlon,
with it.
Exactly. I give my 11 year space, but I monitor everything. Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Okay. Definitely monitoring.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Pay attention,
You don't,
parents.
yeah. Don't
Parents,
give them some space, but
I
don't
think
do too much.
it really, we gotta really stress this, man. It start at home. We got to pay way more close attention to our children, man, and what's going on in their school and everything. Because I really want to address these police as well, Phil, because they did some bullshit.
Yeah, we'll get to that. And all parents aren't necessarily good parents. Either some parents are literally bullies.
Absolutely.
Yeah, some are abusing,
Mhm.
molesting their children,
Mhm.
etc. So in some cases, what do we expect?
Come on.
And that's
That's
basically
the point that Fat Boy's been making.
well, and that's the point that I'm saying within that home, because she was upset. The grandmother was upset that he didn't graduate or he didn't pass or something like that. And it's not, you know what I'm saying? And that pissed him off, whatever. So obviously, you know what I'm saying, he had a type of parents that was constantly
Beating him.
fucking with.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? In some kind of way. You
In
know,
some
and he
communities.
took it out on her first, and then whoever else probably at the schools or whatever that he thought that, whatever, just making, it's horrible.
At
Anyway,
the end of this show, I want y'all. I don't know if y'all ever watched Criminal Mind, but it's always in a backwood town that they doing shit like this. That's all I'm just trying to say. It's something in their water.
Blue Spring School's money charge changed all of their entries in order to get into the school. Yeah. You must go through 2 locked doors. They made it similar to a jail, and they made it
Look nice.
Exactly.
Okay.
And that's what I was saying.
Blue
It's
Spring
kinda like, yeah,
Schools.
make it look
Where's
good.
that at?
Blue Spring, Missouri.
Missouri.
Not just the school, church as well, grocery stores as well. Yeah. Which is
I
really,
don't-
I don't know about grocery stores, but yeah, I mean,
don't know, y'all.
it's just hard. It's hard to constantly have this type of protection
'cause
everywhere.
Are we gonna live in fear? I mean, it's tough, bro.
Yeah. And I just don't
'cause
see it living in fear, and like I said, some people look at it as oh, you're controlling me, or oh, I just see it as protection. That's
Absolutely.
all I see it as. Real quick, you guys, I wanted to show
Get to
this video real quick,
Mhm.
yeah, because y'all got a lot of comments, and I see y'all talking to each other. Keep on talking. We like that. It's a young lady that's very, I say, very articulate. Only 13 years old, and I want y'all to hear this video in case you guys haven't seen it already on TikTok. I'm sure some of you might have, but I want to let get further into this conversation just from a child's perspective of what you guys hear and think.
Yeah, man. Let's get to it. I'm excited. I want to hear it. She was dropping some jewels too, y'all. Yeah. Get to it. And once again, y'all, my prayers, y'all, I always gotta play devil advocate or something, but my prayers goes out to those family, man, and those children who lost their lives, man. I'm more worried about them, but I'm just tired of these communities producing these damn people and then pushing them off on America. Like, it is an American problem. Like
My
Phil
name
said,
is
because all of
Nayara
our kids are in
Taminga.
danger.
I am 13 years old. I've lived in Grand Rapids almost my whole life. I'm going to say it again. I'm 13 years old. All of you are adults. Adults, right? You can drive, you can drink, you can vote. I don't have that. When I asked my mom if I could be dropped off here, her response was, "Is it safe? Is it safe?" You know, we had someone come up here and talk, don't teach our children to disobey those who are protecting us. I don't see them protecting me. If you want to talk about those protecting me, I look to those who are standing right now because my trust isn't in them. I don't trust any of you. I don't trust any of the police officers because you have shown time and time again that we cannot trust you. I go to City High Middle School, just voted the top high school in the state. You know what they teach us? Teach us to speak up for yourself. We're IB learners, right? We're smart. None of you are smart. None of you can recognize murderers. You can identify that there is a problem, but you cannot fix it. I don't know much about the law. Again, I'm young, but I'm pretty sure an accomplice to a murder should be arrested. And right now, all of you sitting and doing nothing are accomplices to a murder.
Please refrain from the additional commentary. If you could let her finish.
I am sorry. They are fine. I'm still allowing to
Please, go
speak.
ahead. Please, go ahead.
I am frustrated, and frustrated can't even begin how absolutely terrified I am to live here. I'm expected to raise my kids here. I'm expected to go outside and walk my 5-year-old little brother. God forbid we look too scary. God forbid he accidentally is wearing his hood and we get the police called on us because we are window shopping to go steal later. I don't want to keep coming here. Trust me, this is not how I want to spend my night. I don't want to come here. I don't want to sit here and I don't want to have to beg you to stop killing people. That's not what I want to do. I have friends. I have other things that I could be doing, and I'm sitting in front of a group of adults who think murder is okay. You can't sit here and tell me you don't think murder is okay because you're allowing it to happen. If you want to talk about God, you want to talk about Jesus, I'm a Christian. I don't know what God some of these people believe in, but it sure ain't mine. I have never read in the Bible where he said we should allow the people who are supposed to be protecting us kill us. I'm sorry, maybe I missed that scripture though. I don't want to do this. I don't want to do this. Please, please do not make me sit here and scream in their name. Do not sit here and make me beg. And God forbid that name is mine. God forbid that name is any of these people. God forbid. Thank you.
Thank you.
Powerful. That was deep. That was powerful, y'all.
Yeah.
That was almost brought tears in my eyes, man.
Yeah. This is a 13-year-old
Yeah.
kid. This is a 13-year-old kid that's very articulate, very smart, and see and aware. And she's not the only 13-year-old kid. These
for
kids
sure.
are smart these days.
Definitely.
These kids see that we're as adults not doing
What we
what's
supposed to do.
necessary
Mhm.
to protect it.
Mhm.
To at least feel like they're protected.
Mhm.
You know what I mean? Even though when somebody might slip through the cracks,
Absolutely.
they want to feel like that the parents or those authorities was there to protect.
Mhm.
You see what I'm saying?
Mhm.
And that's basically when we get into the whole thing of the politics.
Mhm.
You know, where the money coming from. You
Mhm.
know what I'm saying? What's more important?
The lives of the children or
Exactly.
the money.
Exactly. You know what I'm
Absolutely.
saying? So yeah, so I when I seen that, man, I almost did the same. You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
Almost, ended up in tears, man, because it's kind of like it's a cry out.
Yeah,
It's a
it goes
cry
back
out.
to what I was saying that once again, in certain communities, we have to be careful of what we push because in other communities, you could be immediately could be criminalized. You know what I'm saying? And what protects kids in a good area could be harassment for kids in another area. And so once we set it in stone, it's in stone. And that girl coming from a community like Grand Rapids in a one of them rough areas, it immediately turns into harassing the people that live in that community. So it's no longer protecting them. They begin to harass them. And so that's why I say it's kind of a slippery slope on what we do and the steps or measures that we take, because in some communities, like I said, it can be seen as protection. And in other communities, it'll immediately turn into
But
harassment.
what she said is basically what they're recognizing.
Right.
Like you said, it's just what you're recognizing. You recognize when somebody's got on a hoodie. You recognize, because you want to pound on them.
That's what I'm saying.
You know what
But
I'm saying?
you let a kid this is the point I'm making, Fuel.
But
you
I
let a
get your
kid in a
point.
trench coat, right? Right? You see a kid in a hoodie,
Right.
and he immediately criminalized.
Right.
But you see a kid in a trench coat in the middle of the summer, and that don't strike you as odd.
Right.
So it goes back to what I said earlier. We also have to change our viewpoint and how we see shit, right? Because if that, like, once again, if that same kid had a hoodie on, immediately they would have been on him.
Yeah.
And that's what she's saying. She's saying that in these communities, your looking make you criminalized.
Right. And
But
she's saying that what she's saying is they're not recognizing. They're not recognizing, like you said,
the killers,
the true ones. Yeah,
the actual killers.
So only thing and this is maybe just my opinion, you guys can let me know. I don't know, but I mean, because I'm not the pro, but if the same thing is as far as protection wise is going on everywhere, then everybody's going to be on the same page as far as for that protection. But if it's only at certain areas, certain communities, or whatever, you know what I'm saying? Yes, everybody's going to look at it different. Everybody's going to think something different, and we have to it's basically going to have to be the norm at least. But it started with these daggone politicians that's making
Absolutely.
all this daggone money.
For sure.
You know what I'm saying? We sending 45 billion or however many billions over to another country, but we can't even protect our own daggone
Absolutely.
country within our own people.
Have we ever thought
You see what I'm
about
saying?
that some of this shit is they allow a lot of this shit to push a certain agenda, or they don't take the precautions or the provisions to stop shit like this in these communities, right?
Mhm.
Because they want to push an agenda. I swear to God, and this is just my opinion, every time the Democrats get in office, 15 mass shootings happen. I don't know what's going on. I don't know if it's a plight against gun control. I don't know what's going on. But every time they get in office, this type of stuff happens. And it immediately goes to gun control. We don't address mental health. We don't address anything else. It's gun control, gun control, gun control, gun control. And then at the end of the day, gun control is only focused on one group of people, and that's minorities. And if we all know, there has not been, except for maybe 2 or 3 mass minority shooters like this. Now, we gun on gun violence, gang violence, another thing. But mass shootings like this don't even happen in urban communities. But when they strengthen gun laws and they go gun ho on gun violence, where does that hit? It never hits Texas. And if it does hit Texas, it hits Houston, the third ward. It never hits the communities where the mass shootings are occurring.
Okay.
You get what I'm saying? And so I think that that's something that needs to be addressed as well.
All right.
Go ahead.
Greetings from Brazil, Gabriel.
Shout out.
What's
Shout out.
up, man? Condolences to the recent sad events happening in your country. Hope you recover from that and these massacres stop happening. Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yes. I appreciate you. Thank you.
Tapping in from Brazil. Shout out to that.
Man. We appreciate you. Share. We get more people in
Yeah,
Brazil.
share,
You know what I'm saying?
share,
We'll
like,
that.
comment. For sure.
Yeah, we love that. And thank you very much. Also, Fisher said, Andrew Fisher said, because the killers look like them and their relatives, they look familiar.
Absolutely.
Yeah, exactly.
Absolutely. But when do we address that? Right? When do we when do we stop letting the media predict the way we look for killers? Right? Because that's what we do.
He said there's an agenda at hand. You got it, fat boy.
Absolutely.
Yeah, there is.
Absolutely.
At hand. And
Absolutely.
That's basically why we have the problem.
Yeah. It's an agenda. It's always an agenda. This is Moms. Hey, Moms. Elder Sean says, "My heart is broken that this has happened to those babies. I feel like this was a long-standing abuse situation for the young man. He attacked the elementary school, which clearly was, I guess,
Where
where
he
he
was
was hurt,
hurt,
or was
yeah.
where he was hurt.
Which is clearly
Absolutely.
where he was hurt,
So it,
yeah.
it goes back to what I've been saying. Are we? It used to be a saying in the behavioral science department of the FBI before they started and what they do now, right? And it was that saying that criminals are born and not made. And now they came to the realization that we are making these people. So, and it goes back to what I said, precaution and all. How do we stop creating people like this? What is going on in these communities where we're creating people that how much bullying, what are you doing? Putting people in trash cans. How are we creating this?
Well, understand. Um, it's not the fact. It's how can I put this, man? There's no way to say how we can create or not create these type of people.
But society is creating them, though.
No, not necessarily
Definitely.
society.
Definitely.
Not society. You mean their parents? Or is that what you mean by society?
Everything.
Or no.
Hold on.
No.
Parents, housing, also, video games.
Let me finish.
Go ahead.
Okay. I mean, I get where you was going to go with the video games and stuff like that or whatever, giving them that,
Normalizing
right,
murder.
more norm. Yes, I get that part. But there's been crazy from the days
Since
of,
the beginning of time. Absolutely.
from the beginning of time. There's been crazy because of just the type of people that had their kids, that didn't pay attention to their kids, or even have mental shit going on with themselves before they had their kids and they had kids or whatever, and it grows and grows and grows, right? The point is, we're gonna have that. It's gonna be that. But the thing is, how do we protect our kids? And that's really, really, after all is said and done, with all this whole, like we can go back and forth, of course, all day with this.
Right.
But when it's all said and done, is how do we protect these kids? And that's what I want to see in the comments. If you guys have ideas, just like we were talking about the
Metal
the
detectors,
schools in Blue and
Blue Springs.
Blue Springs, yes,
Yeah.
in Blue Springs. That's my hometown. I didn't know. But yeah, in Blue Springs or whatever. Give us some more.
And where is Blue
what
Springs
you guys think.
located?
Blue Springs, Missouri. It's just like it's in probably like 10, 15 minutes, 20 minutes from Kansas City.
Is it a Kansas City
It's in
suburb?
Kansas City, yeah.
Okay.
Pretty much, yeah.
Makes sense.
Exactly. You know what I mean?
Gotcha.
So, sometimes, you have schools like she was saying that take those precautions. Everybody should be doing that. Everybody. It should be as a necessity. I don't care what it is or whatever the case because, you know what I'm saying? You rather cost somebody life as opposed to trying to just take the risk of just protecting them some kind of way.
Mhm.
And that's kind of like where I want to go with you guys. Sadly, security police officers at the school is a start.
I agree.
Yeah.
That's a start.
Is a start. Evaluation when your class is disruption. Oh, wait a minute. My bad, Marlon. But then again, these teachers can ask for you to get an evaluation when your class is disrupted. That's yeah. But sometimes I don't. Sometimes the kids might. I mean, sometimes the teachers might not notice it either.
Absolutely.
Because the teachers have so much more to do. They already being a parent, psychiatrist, or whatever the case would be. You know what I mean? And yes, if they do see something or whatever, and they may push it to someone else to take care of it because they're not the parent. You know what I mean? And may need to, like you said, do those evaluations and give recommendations on letting them see or talk to somebody. But then when you letting them see and talk to somebody, that means you have to have a therapist. That means that you got to have money for that therapist.
Costs.
You got to have
all that costs.
everything costs.
Mhm.
You see what I'm saying? But if these politicians who basically help, budget these cities
And they taking the money
and
out of
and
these
not putting it
resources,
into these resources,
Absolutely.
we're going to continue having this problem.
Absolutely.
And this is exactly what the young lady was saying.
Pushing the
You know
agenda.
what I'm saying? Exactly.
Mhm.
Exactly.
Mhm.
Andrew said, that's right, Steve. When I was in elementary school, it was like Fort Knox, heavy steel doors, that you had to buzz in, fence school, fence schools all the way around, and no doors were left open. And even in the hood, it's like that. In some of the hoods, it's like that, right? And like I don't know, what the schools in Watts is like or whatever, but some schools, especially in the ghetto of certain cities or whatever, because they know they need that type of protection or whatever, but they're not
But they
protected for
never.
that.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? They're
And
not
that is the
protected for
point
that.
that I'm making.
Yeah.
They're not protecting us.
for
They're
that.
policing us.
Basically,
And so
that's what that is.
and it goes to the point of what I was making. It's a slippery slope. In some community, it can be a form of protection. In Blue Springs, that's a form of protection. But in Kansas City, it's policing, and it changes immediately. Soon as the demographic changes, fuel, the precautions changes. So it's no longer protecting the people outside from you. It's protecting us from, you get what I'm saying? Protecting us from the students. You get what I'm saying? We are watching the students because we believe the students are going to do something wrong, not vice versa. We're trying to keep out vagrants from the outside, trying to kill our students. It changes immediately. So when we're initiating these things, we have to also understand that. And that's what I mean by it's a slippery slope, because immediately demographically it changes.
Well, it's a slippery slope too because of the content that we put it in. You know what I'm saying? Because basically, even though yes, that's the content that we put it in, but it still protects those kids.
It doesn't.
It did. What are you talking about? Most niggas ain't going in the school to shoot up when they got this shit like that. That's what I'm saying.
But urban communities,
and how many niggas you do it anyway?
Exactly.
But the whole point,
urban communities don't shoot up schools.
Let me get in there.
We don't do that. That's what I'm saying. We need to address the schools where this is a problem.
Well, no,
that's not an urban. That's not an urban problem.
This is the thing, though. You address it with just the ones that it's a problem. You're still going to have a problem because now you're not paying attention to the others. You're going to get it somewhere or whatever because you got to. It has to be something all the way around. It has to be all the way around.
But it can be. That's
Andrew said. If we can build structure to protect politicians, prisoners from escaping, celebrities, etc., why can these local and state governments spend the extra money to protect these buildings? She said that's right. My school was on Prospect in Kansas City. Oh yeah, I know the hood. Yes, I do know the hood. Exactly. And then Gusty said on Cleveland. Yeah, Greenwood and Cleveland. Yeah, exactly.
And y'all had Middle Texas
Central High School,
but they wasn't protecting y'all. I can bet you that.
Huh?
I bet you that.
Oh yeah, they were.
They wasn't protecting y'all. They was trying to make sure. They was trying to catch y'all and give y'all cases. Well, they was trying to find a gun. They was trying to find some drugs. But they were not, and
regardless on that though, man. What I'm saying is,
we cannot avoid that because
no. But we need to avoid that and get to what's in hand, and that's protecting the kids.
But
period.
In this community, it's not protection.
No.
In that community, it is.
Whatever the fuck, we can be bitter as much as we want, as opposed to they're doing this because they're trying to get a case on us, or they're trying to do this or whatever. But the whole point is protecting the kids or whatever. If it's going to
protecting is not sending them to prison.
No, I'm not saying it's sending them to prison. What I'm saying is this actually still was a form of protection, regardless of regardless of what their agenda was. It still protect from anyone to think twice about bringing a gun in and shooting everybody.
But
that's where we got to get off our minds. We got to get off our minds of thinking that we're being pointed at or we're targeted at.
We are though, Fuel.
We are.
And in those cases, we are.
I understand that though, but this is not what the problem is though. I mean, this is not what we're trying to. This is not what needs to be done. You see what I'm saying? As to having that type of mentality or attitude towards it. We shouldn't, because the whole thing is we're talking about trying to protect lives. You know what I'm saying? Rather if they are, if they're putting it in certain ones or certain schools or whatever, if it's protecting their lives, it protecting their lives or whatever. And yes, you fight that other problem on another, you know what I'm saying? On another thing.
Because then they all end up in prison, Fuel. So you don't protect them.
It's for well, I mean, but I get what you're saying. Don't think I don't get what you're saying.
You know what I'm saying?
I get what you're saying, but this is but this is the mentality or the thoughts of people and keeps it from others from trying to, from being protected because of the fact that everybody's thinking, oh, it's some prisoners, or y'all doing this for us to do that and all this other things or whatever. Which you're right, it has been done. It's been proven, been done.
But no mass shootings
But
are happening in these communities that they're doing that in.
Okay,
So
it doesn't
my
matter.
point is,
It doesn't matter if they didn't
is it
have that though.
protection?
If they didn't have that though, if they didn't have that, right? Even though it wasn't no mass, but if they didn't have that, you don't know if somebody would be mad enough to go up into a black neighborhood and just shoot it up. You don't know.
Listen,
we don't
I went
know.
to school with people who carried guns to school.
Who's that fired up?
And they never.
They said fired up in this camp.
The gun was never for the students in the school.
Yeah, I'm just saying.
It probably was to get you out, get you home from school.
What I'm saying is, this is not the fact, though. This is not the fact right now. This is not what this young lady was crying out for.
Well, she
you
was crying
She's
out
crying
exactly
out for
what I'm
protection
saying.
from us grown. No,
not just
it's
the grown-ups, but the
us.
police as well. And she's saying that because of who she is, because of the demographic in the area that she lives in, is because of where she lives, she is criminalized because how she looks. That's what she was talking about.
Yes, that's what she's saying. But
That's
we're
what she
saying,
was
she's saying the same thing, like you were saying, them not being recognized or whatever. But what I'm saying, as a whole or whatever, you recognize the situation by protecting all the way around, not just by one here or one area here and one area there. That's all I'm saying. Make it normal or whatever. No, just make it normal that you're protecting them. Make it a normal that you're protecting them. Period. There I go with a period again.
Period. No, for real.
There I go.
What
we got? I know, right? we got a little heated up in this piece. Fired up. What did it say? Do not necessarily the parents. It could be the socialization of childs that create the mental health of the children.
Absolutely.
Right.
And that's why I said society.
Right.
It's
when
more
you
than just
society. I
it's
got that
everybody.
Part. Yeah.
It's everybody. It's the parents. It's peer pressure. It's bullying. It's not being heard. It's social acceptance. It's
just
all
like
of
you said.
things.
You said something about the whole. Even like you said, the video game, where and then
Grand Theft Auto.
They did mention that he was what's the main game? Black
Ops or Call of Duty.
Call of Duty.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? That he was even addicted to that, and that right there makes
was
people,
a red
make them
flag.
feel like make them feel like. I mean, but every kid or whatever is that, but you just never know. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That type of thing, and they get age or whatever. But the whole point is to try to stop this from happening more and more and more, is to having more protection at these schools or whatever.
We got more comments.
No, right?
We got comments.
Kaufman School in Kansas City, Missouri, 63rd Street has armed security there. Their schools. The school is 5th grade to 12th grade. You know.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I
always ask, my
that
question
should be
is,
all of them.
Is it to protect them though?
Yeah.
That's all I want to know.
But see, I know you. You know what?
I come from
you come up from the era of when.
No, I come from my community.
Right, that's what I'm saying.
And so my community, when y'all talk like that, our communities become prisons, and that is it. It helps, believe it or not, psychologically, it helps program students to prepare themselves for prison.
But
in your community, hold on, listen to this. And when your community, when everybody is going to prison and glorifying it, it makes it socially accepted. Okay. Right? And you condition, if your schools are conditioning you and your community is conditioning,
but that's still a whole different, different set of problems. That is a whole different set of problems. But my question is this: how many shootings has been in schools?
That's the point I'm making. Right. Are we making the same point? What I'm saying is,
well, I mean, I'm just saying we can. That's a whole other problem, big dog.
Do we do it across the board, or do we?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Do we initiate it a certain? Because this is not happening in it. It's a different type of gun violence in our community.
We get that, of course.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So
that's a given.
But the point I'm making is when we set it in stone, the people who are going to be targeted, once again, like the young lady was saying, will not be the kid who shot up the school.
But that's the point. That's where we need to get at. That's what I said. That's why you normalize it for everyone and everybody, and you can't just blame it and put it on that or whatever. Even though that's still another fight.
yeah,
That's been a
but
fight with
yeah,
us for
but
how?
yeah, but it's-
That's been a fight with us for years.
It's
That's been a
too-
fight with us before any mass shootings or
Of
anything
course.
like that or
Of
whatever.
course.
You know what I mean? But
Of
the whole
course.
point is, okay, so that's a whole nother fight. But the whole point of right now is, how do we try to protect these kids from being shot or shot up, or schools being shot
More
up
security
and going in
presence.
or whatever? You know what
I
I'm
would
saying?
say more ODOs, like Marlon said, more police officers, and not just on campus, not just standing around, but actually active, knowing their students, understanding. Oh, I know him. He gonna come from this place. Really, really community policing within the school. I think that that's a big part of it too. We can't just throw bodies on the campus, because that doesn't protect any damn thing. They just bodies, because that's what you were saying.
Right.
We have to have police who are involved with the students, and not just to put to throw them in jail or nothing like that, but actually to protect them, knowing their names, knowing where they come from, knowing grades, understanding that this, and this is that, right? Tapping into IEPs and knowing people's mental status and things like that. That's what I think a part of the community. If we're gonna add more security, it needs to be security in that way. It doesn't need to
Well, and
just
that's
be
exactly,
bodies
that's exactly
and
what I'm
authority.
saying. That's exactly
Because
what I'm saying.
authority is not always protection.
That's exactly
And
what I'm
that's the point
saying.
I'm making.
Yeah, I mean, we're kind of making the same point, but then you're also making a point of a different problem as well. That's what you're doing.
Mhm.
You're of course talking from experience. You're talking for something that basically you had grew up with when it comes to having this type of protection, so-called protection
Mhm.
at the time.
Mhm.
You know what I mean? And I get that. And don't think I don't understand that. You know what I mean? Because I was raised in the hood myself. You know what I'm saying? So I get it. But my point is, right now, is what we have to put in place now and making a normalized situation to the point where it protects everybody. You know what I mean? Because that other problem that we're talking about has been a problem for whatever, that we still need to be addressing just as well.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And that's the problem. You know what I mean?
That's what as my
Mark-
fish said, that's apples and oranges, man.
Mhm.
Don't negate the positive aspects of protection because of your experience. I'm not one thing I'm not is negating the positive aspects of protection. But what I'm saying is, what is seen in protection in some places can easily be
Right,
switched
which is understood.
to harassment, and you don't feel protected. You get what I'm
Yeah.
saying? And so I understand that.
But
I
you
think this
can't-
needs to be a wide call for that. I think it needs to be addressed, but I think that we need to really, really sit with these situations and really, really work on more solution than just metal detectors or just more armed security, because that in some places could be an issue.
It's an all around. It's an all around
Right?
situation. It's an all around situation.
But
It's-
great
it's-
comment, Antoine.
It's the Andrew.
I mean, Andrew, my fault. I always be messing y'all name up. Great job, Andrew.
yeah.
Good job.
But it's deeper than just that or whatever, because the fight that we're talking about, like you said, it is apples and oranges when it comes to that type of from where you grown up or whatever and experienced and seen, and that's what it was. That's basically what that protection was used for. But this protection can be also used for the greater good or whatever in the same way. You know what I mean? It can be used for that in the same way, whatever, to the point where at least, people will think twice before they go about and doing something.
Mhm.
You know what I mean?
Mhm.
And if they do go about it a different way, yes, it's always going to be somebody try to get creative and do some stupid shit, like you said. If they had just getting on the bus and they just start shooting on the
Mhm.
bus, you know what I mean? Yes, that's a whole different thing, that we have to try to see and try to protect or whatever. But it also, like I said, it goes with the home, the household. It goes with the schools, and it goes with the politicians.
Absolutely.
You know what I'm saying? And it goes like you said, the whole gun control still has a
It's
lot
an
to
agenda,
do with it.
for sure. They
You know what I'm
pushing
saying? It has a lot to do
Mhm.
with it. You know what I'm saying? So once you get there and then you start putting the money and the budgets into the schools or whatever to making sure that this doesn't happen, at least put the action. Put it in action.
Yeah, put it in play.
Put it in
Okay.
action. You know what I'm saying? And then if you then and not to the point where you just have it temporarily. You know what I'm saying? Oh, well, our budget only allows for 6 months of this protect. What?
Mhm.
That don't even make
Like
sense.
my daughter's school, you have to be buzzed in.
Yeah. You know what I'm saying?
So that's, I mean, you can start with there. Like you can't get in from off the
Yeah,
street.
yeah.
You have to be buzzed into her school. they see you through a camera. Now I can go with that.
Well,
Buzzing
even
in
Hollywood,
and things like that.
Hollywood High School, you go through one door, and there's always somebody at that door. You know what I'm saying? And they either check in or either you're taking things out of your pockets or whatever before you go in. Now they didn't have mail, but to check, but they did have something. You know what I mean? And some of these schools don't have anything. You know what I mean? Not enough. You know, put it that way. You know what I mean? And that's basically really what it really comes down to, man. Is yes, it starts with the gun control. It triggers down to the protections of the schools, and then it also educating these parents, whatever that has problem with their kids. You know, uh, what's he saying? An AR-15 has more rights than I do. As an AR-15 get more lobbying support in government that I do. That makes no sense. That's what Andrew was saying. Yeah. Okay.
Absolutely.
Man, we went in on that one.
Yeah, we did.
Oh man, that's an hour.
Yeah, we went in on that. Yeah. A lot of comments.
All right, man. Yeah, we got a lot of comments.
Let's hit mandate. I liked that one. Is that Michelle?
Yeah.
Miss Kelly
That's why to
said
get along
mandate
with it.
protection across the board. And guess what? We have also created jobs. It's unfortunate, but it must be done. Okay. Definitely.
Yeah, we always go on
We
time.
going
Nigga,
overtime,
where you
yeah.
been? We've been going overtime for the
Yeah.
last 2 months.
Yeah, no,
a month at least.
We've been getting good last
For the
couple
last
of weeks,
month
though,
or whatever.
yeah.
Because we love talking to y'all
Yeah.
and sometimes it
It's
starts
a lot
getting
of
juicy.
comments
I
today.
think people be coming in about 20 minutes, 30
Yeah.
minutes late, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And we got to get it in, you know what I mean? And they loving it. That's what we love. Michelle said, yes, get that. What she say? Yes, get that money printed. Yep.
Create some more jobs.
We must be in a village to these. Oh, go ahead.
We must be a village to these babies. We must give them better ways of dealing with conflict and solving problems as adolescents. Absolutely. That's to me that's the issue. I feel like yes, creating relationships in the community, in the schools, and you should know your neighbors. Absolutely. There's a way to enforce security measures without making kids feel like prison. Locking doors, having someone at the unlocked doors to ensure everyone that comes in is not a threat. I agree.
And thank you. Who's that?
That's my sister, Latrice.
Latrice.
Hey,
what's up,
hey,
Latrice?
Tracy. That's a good one. That was actually really good. I would rather my child feel in prison than me get a call that they are dead because of a mass shooter.
That
I
part.
agree.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's basically I think Andrew is where I'm getting at as well. You know, we can chop it up as to, you know, why we are, and because there's a lot of them, but I rather fight that part later as opposed to fighting it when my kid is gone. You know what I mean? So yes, I get you on that one.
Mm-hmm. What's that? Active shooter training. The politicians are not protecting the children in the inner city for mass shootings. Exactly. However, if the inner cities implemented these types of security methods, should be the same in small towns. Also, I agree.
And mom, it starts too with us getting out there and vote.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and actually putting somebody in that's actually really going to do it, and within that year or so, or however long this, you know, it really shouldn't take them that long to prove a point. You know what I mean? But I think that should be, you know,
You hit the
done
nail on the
and done.
head, though. They're not, and that's the point I'm making, Mom. But to get everybody protected, I agree. But it's a slippery slope for sure.
These politicians don't
What?
care. God forbid it happen to their kids' school. Watch what they do. Yes, it'll be every gun law under the sun. Man,
Absolutely.
Marlon. Dude,
Yeah, that was bravo.
that's
Yep.
nigga. That's it.
Yeah,
That's really it.
That's it.
If it happened to someone's that's what these politicians to their kids,
It'd be
it'd be a whole different story.
we gotta also understand. It goes back to politicians. It'll never be too much. It'll never. gun control, and the idea of the shit is kind of a myth because NRA is one of the biggest funders for all the political parties. They're one of the big, especially for the conservatives. You know what I'm saying? So they're putting up a lot of money for them guns. And so once again, it goes back to what Fuel said. It goes back to what everybody was saying. It's money and it's politicians choosing the guns or whatever over the lives of the children. You will never have total gun control. Ghost guns are even an issue. Fact.
All right, we're gonna hit this last one because we got to get to this other real quick.
Yep.
And we got we got dear brother, dear sisters. You know what I'm saying?
I figured this one was gonna go long though.
Yeah.
Okay, we have to stop racism and stereotyping and focus on protecting these kids. I said it. My neighbors have called the police on me before because they didn't like the noise my daughter makes when she's running around playing. The police told me.
Ooh, I can't see the rest of that. Police told you what? Hold on, let me see here. The police told me they don't need a warrant to search my house. I told them they couldn't search my house and shit. What?
And shut the door in their face.
She said,
absolutely.
She said, shit the door. That said, shut the door.
Absolutely.
Right.
Like I said, y'all, I don't know.
It is.
It's a slippery slope, y'all.
Yeah.
And I hear y'all, but I just know what's going on.
Yeah.
And I know how they get down.
Yeah.
And so we could call for protection and we could say it's protection, but I know the truth. And they ain't protecting us. They might be protecting them in Sunnydale and Sunny Springs and Blue Springs and all out there. Protection. I got you. But where I come from is hell. I could bet you that.
And it might still be that, but it's still gonna keep from hopefully to keep from killings. You know what I'm saying? Whether it's in the hood or whether it's
in the other community.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
All right.
It's a good topic.
Here we go. All right, y'all. We going into the next topic, and we do appreciate you guys' comments. Continue to comment, like and share. You know what I'm saying, and so people can even see y'all what you guys was talking about, what you guys were thinking. And they might be able to comment on what you were thinking as well, and give you a better perspective or outlook on what we were talking about, what we were all talking
Absolutely.
about. You know what I mean? So do that. But we gotta go into this next segment, which is at what age do we tell our and I guess it's all about kids today.
Absolutely.
You know, and it's still good. What age do we tell our kids about the birds and the bees, to be politically correct, I guess? Would you call that politically correct?
Absolutely.
Yes. What age do we? Give us a comment. Let us know.
Yeah. What's a good age? Because I want to know too.
Let me ask you something. What age was it when you found out?
I never did.
When you learned, or when they?
I never had a birds and bees conversation with my mom. She may have gave me a loose one, but not like
a real sit down.
No. We never. She may have when I was real little, but not when the pinnacle age. And I think my thing, I think is like 15, maybe a little younger for girls. But I think 15 is when you like girls, you like boys, and all that. But in between 11 to 15 is when you really trying to go forward. You know what I'm saying? You confident. You developed. You know what I'm saying? You going forward. So I think 15 is a good age. 13 to 15, I would say. Any younger, I kind of want to still keep them in Barbie dolls if they girls.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Any younger, I want them to, or even boys too. I want, because I think
let me ask you this.
Corrupt boys too early too.
Let me ask you this. Let me ask you this. What age was it? Say like your friends told you about SDX.
That's a good question.
What age were you? Because we learn mostly through our friends before we learn
from our parents.
Before our parents.
Sure.
My parents never. I'm the same way. My parents never gave me the talk. You know what I'm saying? I found out I had to experiment basically from what I heard from the rumors at school or something like that when we came up. You know what I mean? And I was around like 12 or 13 at that time. You know, I was just becoming a teenager or whatever, and you hear things or whatever. But I never really. I was kind of scared when I was younger. You know
Oh
what I'm
yeah, I
saying?
was scared of my mama.
I was scared. Yeah, I was kind of like scared of, babies and, diseases, all
Mhm.
that type of stuff or whatever, to the point where, it's kind of like I was very cautious up until I got an older age or whatever. Uh, so when a friend told you, what age do you think you were?
About sex.
Six? Oh, I thought you said six.
About
Yeah,
'cause
yeah, yeah.
boys be lying though.
Yeah, we did lie.
Yeah, so
Yeah,
I'll say like 11,
yeah,
12, 13 in there, but we was lying.
yeah.
All of us.
Yeah,
Hey,
yeah, yeah, yeah.
we were
Yeah,
lying.
right. I touched Cindy
You
in
were
the closet.
lying.
You remember?
You were
You
lying,
remember?
bro.
You remember the smell the finger?
Yeah.
Smell my
Smell
finger.
my
For
finger.
real.
Looking ass. You was lying, bro. Hey, bro, you was lying.
Right.
Every man in here know you lied. We know y'all was lying.
Right.
So, but I would say when it was serious,
Mhm,
when the talks about sex was real,
mhm.
I say 15, 16.
Right.
When it was real.
Right.
When you was really, when we was involved.
Right.
Everything before that was all lies. Everything. Everything.
Gussie said when they asked. Andrew said 11 or 12, sometimes 10, depending on if they are curious.
Okay. That's a and
And-
I got a question for Andrew.
Go ahead.
You don't think that that's too young? If
What's that, 11 to 12?
if it's not on their mind, because I
You
think
mean to talk about it?
yeah, I
or
think when
to-
Gussie made a point, so I'm going with Gussie and Antoine.
Uh-huh.
Gussie made a point where if they ask, I understand at 10 and 11.
Mhm.
But do you think that at 10 and 11 is that a good age to talk to them if they don't even want to? They haven't inquired about it.
Well, the thing is, I think for a girl, I think you want to know what kind of conversation is going on. So you
Okay.
kind of want to, as a parent, at least kind of get a curiosity, because they're not going to talk about it right offhand.
Absolutely.
Especially if they're hearing it from friends and stuff
Mhm.
like that or whatever. But just giving them the confidence to be able to come to you and ask you about it. You know what I'm saying? When they hear about it, because instead of trying to just do what they hear their friends say,
Mhm.
or take action what their friends say.
It's grown ass men
Andre
still
said-
doing that.
Right. Andrew said that I wasn't lying. Gussie said my mom of a boy, we talk about everything. The streets will not teach my son a damn thing. My
Okay.
folks didn't tell us anything. My dad told me I was 12. She said her dad told her, and she
At
was
12?
12. Yeah,
That's a good.
that's what
Okay.
Gussie was
So
saying.
12.
Uh,
12 is a good age. Okay.
Andrew said if your daughter gets her period around that time, yes.
Okay.
Ooh,
That's a
ooh,
good one. See,
yeah,
that's
ooh.
why I asked you, Andrew.
Mhm.
That's exactly why I asked you, because I want to keep them in dolls, right? But you're absolutely right, because then she's able to have a baby and she needs to know the importance of which I think the birds and bees analogy is dumb as shit, because birds and bees don't coexist, but that's
Yeah.
the bees and the hornet or something, or
Right.
the bird and the falcon or something
Yeah,
like
yeah,
that.
yeah.
But I
the
get it.
talk-
It
the-
makes it cute.
Yeah,
It makes
yeah,
it
it makes
cute.
it cute, but
Yeah.
then I don't know. I think where we came from, we grew up, we just got like it wasn't the
It definitely wasn't no
that
birds and
cute
bees.
shit. Yeah,
It definitely wasn't no birds and bees.
Right,
It definitely wasn't no, like you said, before, running around talking about smell their fingers.
Yeah.
After he done probably dug in
Done
his
something.
butt or something. Nasty little
Uh,
motherfuckers. I know.
yeah, what you talking about? 5 years old? What the heck you talking
That's
about?
young.
No, man, I don't believe that. No. Latrice said 12.
Okay.
Wallace said 12 years old. Right before
Okay. Okay. So,
Uh,
okay, look, I don't do birds and the bees. I do vagina and penis, and tell how babies are made. I just express the truth to my 11-year-old. Don't judge me, y'all.
Okay,
Absolutely.
we're not gonna judge you, but this is what I'm gonna say. What they learn at home, they do take to school. Just understand that.
Yeah.
What they learn at home, they do take to school. And
Good
if
point, Phil.
you know what I'm saying, and if you put it in a more subtle way, as opposed to being very sexual, you know what I mean, then that's basically what they're going to tell their friends.
And so you think the birds and bees helps?
But if you say it in a real sexual way, to the point where their curiosity is going to flare up. You see what I'm saying? And they're going to talk to other friends about the penis and the whatever. And then they, you know what I'm saying?
That's all they're gonna be talking
that
about.
conversation
Yeah.
going to be talking about. You know what I'm saying? Good job, Nicole.
I feel like, and this is my thing too. I feel like, because I just had this conversation with somebody. I think that it depends on, I think, unless they've had their period, like Antoine said, you telling them about it because I'm sorry, Andrew. Mr. Fisher. Like Andrew said, if she's got her menstrual, I think it's different. But I think that what you said, you hit a point. You could actually put the thought into their head by talking about it too soon. Because they may have never was thinking about sex. And then you walk your ass in there talking about birds and the bees, and now he like, I do like the girl in fifth period. You know what I'm saying? Hadn't even thought about liking her that way until you brought it to her.
Yeah,
and that's another reason why I feel like 13, 14, because that is the age where he may not even be on that type time at 11 and 12. But now that I said something about it, it may open their eyes up to girls or boys.
Right.
But at 12, 13, I know for sure you going through puberty. You know what I'm saying? You starting to feel a little different. You starting to look at your body a little different. Hopefully you just starting your menstrual if you're a young lady. You know, because I know girls start early sometimes. You know what I'm saying? But hopefully they just starting, and that's a good time because they also able to understand. Because I also think when kids hear about sex, they immediately take it as a joke. And they laugh, it's giggly, it's risque.
Some kids is kind of embarrassing conversation.
Right, that too. Or it's embarrassing.
Yeah. I ain't gonna lie. I remember when I was probably 12 or 13, and my cousin was about 12, 11. And his name was Walter. And Walter was a pretty boy. He looked like Prince at a young age. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And so his parents gave him the talk, you know, at the young age, and he was getting older little girls, you know what I mean? And of course, he would tell us about it, and we were like, ooh, making our, of course, it flared up the curiosity.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So that's what when I say when you sometimes you got to be careful what and how you say it or talk to 10 or 11-year-old
because it's not a game
or whatever, right? Because sometimes if he's knowledgeable enough to know, you got these little older girls that's fast or whatever, or boys that's fast or whatever, and they're gonna try it. You know what I mean? Next thing you know, you know what I'm saying? It's certain little things you didn't probably tell them about, a condom busting. You know what I'm saying? The risk that you actually really taking for a disease. You know what I'm saying? That type of
how
thing.
powerful
You know, you talk about that, right?
Ejaculation is.
So if you talk about it, talk about everything. So to me, if I had a 10 or 11-year-old and I had to discuss it, I'm scared to put a little fear.
Exactly.
Some fear in it. You know what I'm saying? That type of thing.
You better.
Gary Davis, what's up? I see
What's
you, man.
up?
Earl Alexander's in the house, dude. I put my daughter up on it. How old was your daughter, Earl? Andrew said all that starts at home, and it depends on parenting style. We need to be teaching parents how to teach the parents how to have the talk.
That's a great comment.
That's true.
That's a great comment because I'm actually learning as we go because I have 2 girls and I'm actually petrified to have to talk myself.
Gussie said we got too many videos. They need to know that's not real life. Yeah.
Absolutely, Gussie.
It's not a game.
Okay.
It's serious.
So are you saying that's why you tell them a little early, Gussie? Yes or no on that one? Because I like that point. That's a great point. It's y'all going crazy in the comments today. Y'all going crazy.
Yes, them STDs, internet photos, scare tactic. Yes.
Yeah.
Exactly. Yes, that is a good point, Nick. Use those STD scare tactics. Photos.
Oh.
On the internet.
Go to this one right here. Michelle, Miss Kelly. Gang, right under the one you had. Right over her. Some kids right there. And this is real talk. Some kids, and this is from Michelle Kelly. Some kids have went through abuse so early, so earlier is better. Trust me. Okay. Okay. Good point. Great point.
That's a good point.
That's a great point. That's why I had to bring that up. That's a great point. Now I didn't think about that.
Abuse.
That's a good point.
Earlier is better. Yeah, that's a tough one. That's a tough one. Being abused, yeah, and then early or whatever. Yeah, I don't even really
You
know.
don't
What
even
to,
need to
I don't
address
even know
that.
how to address that.
She put that on
Exactly.
it right there.
Exactly. Yeah. Yeah.
Absolutely, absolutely. I think you're absolutely right, and I may start to think about it as well, and also open up to talk about being if they're being touched too. I asked, you know what I mean, but really, you get what I'm saying? That's a great point. That's a great point. That's a great point, Michelle.
Yeah. I read your second part too, and that it is a good point. Uh, Earl said that she's 14, and I told her at 11 when she started talking to boys and noticed she was being noticed.
Okay,
Noticed that she was
perfect,
being
Earl.
noticed. Oh
Perfect,
yeah,
Earl. Good timing.
yeah,
I
exactly.
understand that too. That's why I was asking. That's why I'm asking y'all because in that case, absolutely, because she ain't in Barbie Girl stage no more, and now she needs to be informed because boys got cooties. That's what I'm telling mine.
Hold on, y'all. You know I found one, right?
What happened?
You know I found one. Hold on, y'all. Yeah, hold on. This is for you, fat boy.
Oh yeah, hold on.
Oh, where'd it go? Where'd it go?
Absolutely. Absolutely. Fat boy, you think your baby's gonna run into you? Absolutely.
Exactly. Right.
Absolutely. And for the little motherfucker that think he gonna be me, I'm gonna shoot you.
Right.
And they gonna be calling me
Straight
about
up.
gun control.
Right.
That's gonna be the only mass
I had
shooting
to
in the
put
urban
that
community.
I had
I'm
to
gonna
put
shoot
that
every
one on.
damn body you know. No, but
I had
absolutely.
to put that one on.
Yeah,
there.
that was
I
a
knew
good one.
you-
Good one, Gusty. No, for real. Stay away.
We appreciate you guys with all the comments, man. We got so
got this
many,
dear brother,
and we
huh?
can't even read all of them, but which is good. That's always a good thing.
Yeah,
you
I
know
love
what I'm saying?
y'all,
'Cause
man,
we
for
love
that.
y'all family.
I
You know
love
what
y'all
I'm
for
saying?
that. Michelle, you
Y'all
coming with the game
y'all are
today.
day ones, and we love it. We love it. And make sure y'all sharing too. All right.
I agree.
And make sure you
And teach
subscribe.
little boys not to sit on girls' lap early. I mean,
Oh yeah.
teach little girls not to sit on little boys' lap early. I
Oh
agree.
yeah. Absolutely.
I
Yes.
agree.
I agree too.
Absolutely.
Yeah. But we can get into the
Our favorite part of the show.
Yeah, and actually we got two dear brothers. All right. So first one, I think we kind of went over it before, but it's gonna be quick to our callers. If you're watching, that's another thing. When we get off of here, we see our percentage on YouTube is 50% of people watching, as opposed to 50% that's actually commenting and that we see. You know what I mean? So
More
you
comments.
guys that are watching, you know what I mean? Don't be shy.
Mhm.
We won't bite. We just give some good content and good conversation or whatever. We keep it real here.
We keep it
You see
real.
what I'm saying? You know what I mean?
Real.
So
Tap
let us
in.
tap in. Go ahead and subscribe.
Uh.
All right, I'm gonna let y'all talk to Fat Boy while I set up
we,
dear brother, dear
and
sister.
we take and like when Andrew, right? Because I ain't gonna mess it up this time. When Mr. Fisher was, said it's apples and oranges, and he challenged me. I love that shit. I love that. We love that. Tap in. If you disagree with something I'm saying or something Phil's saying, tap in on that. If you agree, amen it. Put the prayer hands, man. Do something, man. Don't just be sitting there looking weird at us. Cause I think that's kind of weird, y'all. Y'all be watching us. I know it's a lot of chocolate. Y'all see it, it's coming all through your camera, and I know y'all just want to sit back and admire. You know what I'm saying? You want to sit back and stare at all this chocolate, dog. And but tap in with us, and also send comments. But here go that dear brother, dear sister.
How important is lingerie to men? Is it necessary for the woman to wear lingerie all the time?
Hell no. Absolutely not, lady. Oh yeah, go ahead. Oh yeah, dear brother, dear sister. Oh, and again, if you want to get your voice on, if you want to hear your voice on the show, perfect way to do it is through dear brother, dear sister. I know y'all got some shit. Last time your boyfriend left the toilet seat up. Last time your girlfriend spent too much money. You wanted to ask her this question. So what you do is you send a small recording, less than a minute, to firedupbroadcasting@gmail.com, and you title it "Dear Brother" or "Dear Sister." And I know all of y'all. Just this morning, I'm looking at you. I'm looking at y'all. Just this morning, you had a question. Run it back.
Dear brother, how important is lingerie to men? Is it necessary for the woman to wear lingerie all the time? Dear brother, how important is lingerie to men? Is it necessary for your woman to wear lingerie all the time?
All right. Hope you heard that.
Absolutely not. And the question is, she said, dear brother, how important is lingerie?
Mm-hmm.
And is it important that your woman wears it all the time? And I'm going to tell you, I don't know. I'm going to ask Fuel. Because me, I'm a little young. You know, I could do a t-shirt. I'm good. I don't need lingerie. It's that all that shit coming off.
I mean, well, the t-shirt and panties was a thing.
That's a good thing.
That was a thing.
That was a thing. I still like it.
But it don't have to be to answer our caller's question. It don't have to be all the time. It can be sometimes.
Okay.
You see what I'm saying? And I mean, like, not it's just to change it up in the bedroom.
In the bedroom,
you know what I'm saying?
okay.
Just to kind of get the arouse and see that you got your sexy on. You know what I'm saying? You actually put some effort in what's about to happen.
It's
you
up.
know what I'm saying?
I like that.
That's what I would.
I feel like it's up to you.
Mhm.
My biggest form of lingerie is a shirt and no drawers on. That get the job done with me. That's it. Like a gown, no drawers.
Anything.
The little, sleeping gowns that women wear.
Quick access.
I'm good with that. I don't need.
Access.
But
you
if
you don't like the undresser?
I don't mind it. I don't mind it.
You said,
You look at it. I don't mind it. You know what I'm saying? But I'm not.
You don't mind it, but
honestly, for Christmas, I just would like them to put my shit under the tree. I don't even want to unwrap the
wrap it.
present.
Yeah.
You understand what I'm saying?
Got you.
But I definitely, I agree with you, Fuel, though. If not all the time, and if you want to, I'm not requiring it.
Right.
But like Valentine's Day, my birthday, you want to get a little sexy and do a little something. But I'm gonna let you know, don't spend too much on it because you're gonna get out of it so fast. It's gonna be a waste of money.
Good point.
You're gonna be out of it. You're gonna be like, I spent $200. I don't know why. Because I'm liable to rip it.
Yeah.
Too. I rip nice stuff, y'all.
Sometimes for some guys, though, for some of us, not all of us, but for some of us, it's a form of foreplay. You know what I mean?
We got a comment that
and
says
we
that.
and we look like, oh, did we? Oh,
yep.
On the same page.
Andrew owned it today.
What's up, Andrew?
Andrew owned it,
man. We here, big dog. We here.
Andrew owned it
know
today.
What I'm saying? Yeah, it's kind of sometimes it is. It's a form of foreplay. You know what I mean? Because especially if she's sexy and looking good, and she just walks and she's doing her. You know what I mean? It's just like
it's the mood.
Anticipation. You know what I'm saying? It's that anticipation to be like, woo, I can't wait to get you, girl. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That type of thing.
Yeah, I'm gonna rip you out of it though.
Yeah. Let's get some comments.
Let's get to it. We can start at I'm married. Okay. Let's go. Oh, yeah.
No, Nick. No,
you can answer, Nick. Yeah. Absolutely. Nick said, damn, I want to answer, but I'm not a man. Oh, no, we definitely do. Yeah. We got to start doing that next show. LOL. Yeah. We definitely will start getting y'all to call in, too. And y'all can answer the question. Matter of fact, that's maybe something we could do during Dear Brother and Dear Sister. We'll have them call in, one caller.
Get a call in. Yeah.
Have them give their opinion.
Right. If y'all want to participate, most definitely
give me some fire emojis.
Hit us up in what's the name? Yeah, hit us up, get some likes and stuff like that or whatever. And we'll try to make that happen pretty soon.
Earl said, keep it spicy. It's best when unexpected. Absolutely. I like that. But once again, Earl, she ain't gonna be in them that long. That's how spicy I'm coming. I'm a panty freak. Okay. I like nice lace joints, you know. I'm married and there's no sex in the boom boom room.
Hey, you better get your what
hey. Elaborate on that.
Why and married. Come on, cuz. What's up with that? You know what I'm saying?
That ain't right.
Why you doing
sex in the boom
look.
room.
Why you doing like that? Why you doing like that? Why you doing him like that? That is not right. What else we got?
Let's see the next one. Oh yeah, I like this one too. This is from my boy Andrew. It's kind of what you were saying, Phil. He said, "I've been married 11 years. Keep it spicy, as spicy as possible, but not a mandate." Right. I think all fellas down the line. I think it's just not a mandate for us. But if you want to keep it spicy, keep it sexy, definitely, by all means. I'm an answer. I believe special occasions because If you do it all the time, the spark becomes normal. Absolutely. If you bring your ass to bed in lingerie all the time, I'm just gonna look at you like, baby, you wore that last week. Absolutely. Absolutely. Michelle said, I don't think men care on occasions. Cool. Absolutely. For sure. I don't think Fuel hit it on time. Andrew hit it on time. It's not a mandate, but it keeps it spicy. I'm gonna go with that. All day. Exactly. Yeah. Now I like that too. Now don't get Fat Boy wrong now. It is definitely a great topic. I thought it was too. Absolutely. Absolutely.
You stupid, bro. Hey, we about in the Midwest. In the Midwest, it's 2 hours ahead, so it's nighttime.
Oh yeah, so they going up.
Yeah, they
about
to
got
get
drinks. Y'all got drinks
bring
going.
it.
Put the drinks up in the comments to see y'all who drinking it out there. It's awesome when your woman initiates. I agree.
Yeah. Oh,
ladies,
okay.
ladies. Now, over lingerie, initiating sex all day. That win over lingerie
Just
every day.
Initiation. Yeah.
Initiation of sex. Great point, Earl.
Earl said he's at work.
Damn.
Well, you gonna tap it when you get home.
No, for real, for real. He gonna be like, baby, we was talking about it.
I know, right?
He gonna tell her, put that little t-shirt I like you in.
Guess what that fool Fuel was talking about on the show in Fat Boy. What? Go to the bedroom.
No, for real. No, for real.
Go to the bedroom. It's awesome when they take it out. Oh yeah.
Yeah. Next topic.
All right,
initiation.
All right.
I agree.
We got one more. You
I
guys.
agree.
This is a good one too. Man, we're on it. Man, we on 2 hours now?
Yeah. Man, we gotta get started.
Yeah.
We doing good, huh? We doing good, y'all.
More content to edit.
More content. We need it.
Nigel just gonna be mad at us.
Okay, I can read this. Let me read that last one while you do your thing. It says, no. Okay, joking. Honestly, it just depends on if you have the sexual magnetism with that person. That's right. Yeah, magnetism. Yeah. That person and how active you are as a couple. I agree. It has to have. I think you have to have spice in between each other before you can create spice with lingerie. Oh, that's a good bar. That's a good bar right there. Shout out to that. That was a good one. You gotta have spice in between each other before you can spice shit up with lingerie, y'all. So don't.
Is that a sign he's been having sex with someone else?
Damn. He hitting
Dear
hard.
brother, when a man starts doing new sex moves in the bedroom, is that a sign he's been having sex with someone else?
One more time.
Dear brother, when a man starts doing new sex moves in the bedroom, is that a sign he's been having sex with someone else?
Okay.
Now that's another slippery slope. No, that's a good one. No, that's a hell of a question.
Yeah. Now tell me y'all heard that. I hope y'all heard that. The young lady asked when a man have doing new sex moves, is that right?
Yep.
When the man do new sex moves in the bedroom, does that mean that he's been messing with someone else?
I don't think so.
Huh?
It could be though.
It could
It depends on if he's not your husband and he a guy you sleeping with.
Well, or it
Or
could.
it could be your husband too though, because we live in a different time. I forgot what time we living in now.
But it could be either. It could be that. It could be the fact that obviously, she done put a little something on him, and he wanted to come home and try
put it on you.
Absolutely. You know what I'm saying? Or it was he really liked it and trying to see if he gonna get it at home. You know what I mean? But then sometimes you have guys, of course, that's in a great marriage and their significant other is spontaneous, or just like you already know that. So you already know that. So now if he just come out of nowhere,
yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
With some new shit you ain't never seen.
Yeah, with some new shit you ain't never seen, you might want to question it, or see if he's watching a lot of porn.
That's what I was gonna say too. I was gonna say
he could be watching
trying
a
to
lot
step
of porn
his
and be
game
like,
up
yeah,
sexually.
Yeah.
And I know for myself, I don't break out all of the moves early.
Mm-hmm.
So you may think it's new, but that shit been in the back of my mind all this time. but I just got you on the counter this time. And it
Mhm.
just so happened to work that time. So not necessarily, but that's a great damn point.
Hey,
It could mean
could.
I cannot give you a definite answer to that.
Yeah, I mean, because
I
it
can't
could be
give
it
you a
could be
yes
either
or a
or.
no to
Yeah,
that.
that
It
answer
definitely could
a
be either or because he could definitely be cheating or he could just be trying to make you happy.
Right. Andrew said that just means Fuel took me to that strip club in Vegas and decided to try those moves I saw. Shut up, dude.
No, for real.
With the,
Yeah, look at you. They telling secrets, huh? No, Fuel. Hey, Fuel, what you got some moves I need to know? What? No.
Oh man. Hey man, don't be getting me in trouble with your wife, dog.
No, for real.
Tell her
Fuel go get a call later. Like,
I know, right?
so what was you doing?
Look,
No,
y'all can't have no guys trip no more.
no, for real.
Anyway, Earl said, "Nah, I think it's him trying to grow and bring you with him. Just go with it." Yeah,
Hey,
and
that's
that
a
is
married
okay.
man talking though.
Yeah, well, true.
That's
true.
a married man talking.
Yeah, but then that's
Yeah,
the same
absolutely.
question. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
It's kinda
yeah.
like whether he's married or not.
Or
If he's
not.
trying to grow. You know what I'm saying? And he basically like you guys probably was doing the same thing or whatever all the time. He's like want to do something different. You know what I'm
Absolutely.
saying? And,
Absolutely.
and that could have been just by watching
Yeah, some porn.
TV. Exactly.
No, definitely.
It could have been just by watching porn. It don't necessarily
Or-
mean that he could have been messing with anybody else.
Or he may
You know
have
what
had
I'm
this
saying?
little freak in high school that used to do something real nasty to
Mhm.
him, and he just decided to pull it out
Right.
30 years back down the line.
True, right, exactly.
So I got some shit. I got a
Lisa,
move
yeah,
that
yeah.
I ain't used in 20 years, baby. I'm coming home.
You
Earl,
know,
you know what I'm
Nigga
talking
think
about.
about me. I
Earl
think
went-
about it. We ain't even tried that yet. We
Earl
ain't
done
tried
went in
that.
this bag a couple times, you know. Andrew, y'all done went in y'all bags a couple times. Pulled out some
Listen.
of that old player shit.
Listen, who's that? Listen, Morgan. Thanks for joining. We appreciate you.
What's
You
happening?
you see the comments. You see the the topic.
Michelle Kelly said, "Fat boy, no more slippery slopes, please." I'm just saying, a lot of slippery slopes today, y'all. You can go one way, but that shit'll slide on you so fast. I'm telling you. Like Gussie said, that could mean a lot of things.
Yeah,
That's not
it
a
could mean
definite
lot of
answer.
things. Yeah,
It's a
yeah.
good question, but that's not a definite answer
Yeah.
because he could be trying to spice shit up. He could be cheating. He could be pulling. You know what I'm saying?
And it
could be a lot.
depends. It depends on where you guys are too
In your relationship. Awesome.
Now, if
Great
you
point,
if
Phil.
you if you're in the relationship to the point where you're not getting along, or you know, and it's and y'all have sex every now and then, and all of a sudden he come with something new, and y'all ain't been getting along or whatever. You know, so you can kind of
Oh, yeah, he
women
been
can kind of
cheating.
tell.
In that
Yeah.
case,
A woman
he
can kinda
definitely got it
tell.
from his little boo.
Right.
But
Women
guess
can
what? He
kinda
brought
tell,
it
but
to you.
yeah, you know
Shout
what
out,
I'm saying.
shout
So-
out to him for bringing the new sex move home. Sex move home.
Yeah, right. Yeah,
He coulda
well,
just stayed.
Look. Take it right. You know what I'm saying? Take it and go. You know what I'm saying? Like what's like he said, go with
Take
it.
it and go with
You know
it.
what I'm saying?
Because he
Take
could have
it-
just stayed.
take
He
it
could
and
have
go away. Could have kept going over wherever he was
Harlem
going.
Nights and said, "Let me speak to your mama."
He could have kept going where
This
he
is
was going. Exactly.
I ain't never coming home no more. And then,
OC Bentley, nice. I appreciate you
What's up,
tapping in.
Bentley?
I see you. Holler at us. Say something.
Andrew said,
Gotta do that. Keep
yeah.
keep it alive.
"Absolutely,
exactly,
absolutely,
exactly.
absolutely." That's spoken like a true happy married man.
Right.
Let's make sure we mention that.
All right, guys. We appreciate y'all. We appreciate
Yeah.
y'all answering and tapping in and all these comments. I just definitely want you guys to go ahead and share what you guys been talking about today. You know what I mean? And then
Absolutely.
get those subscribers. We love to get these subscribers because we want to spread our words, throughout the world. You know what I mean? I'm going for the
Absolutely.
world, Craig.
The world,
You know
not
what
the
I'm saying?
city.
Exactly,
The world.
the world. You know what I mean? So, man, that's gonna do it for us, man. You got anything
That's it.
before we leave?
Thank y'all, man. I love y'all, man. You know me, Fat Boy, love y'all. I thank y'all for tapping in. Y'all know every comment I have comes from a great place. Once again, I want to put my send my prayers out, my condolences, just to everybody in that community in Texas, man. And I think we just got to do better, mainly with loving each other, man, and loving our community and watching for signs with our children and things like that. But for the most part, I just thank y'all for tapping in and giving a great feedback. This show was lit, man. Y'all was giving great comments, great questions, great points, challenging our
All right,
points
Fat Boy.
of view. Oh, yeah, good job. Yeah. Love,
Y'all know
love.
I got cut fat
Yeah.
boy off sometimes.
Yeah. Love. Y'all, I
If I
forgot
stay
we
here,
got 6:55. I didn't even know it was this late.
Hey, that's because we love y'all, man. And we love this show. We love what we're doing. If you guys want to, actually, if you guys want to support Fired Up Broadcasting, and I will post a cash app for you guys support if you guys want to, keep this going, keep us fueled, keep us on fire. You know what I mean? But yeah, that's it. And my prayer goes out to the victims in Texas and all of those that has lost their family through these type of tragic incidents. So we love y'all.
Love y'all.
And remember, if they fall.
Oh yeah, okay. I was going with you because we got always go. All right, and remember, if they talking about you behind your back, they're behind you for a reason.
Y'all got that?
Yeah, there we go.
One more time.
Remember, if they talking about you behind your back, they're behind you for a reason.
And that's gonna do it for us. Peace, y'all.
Shout out to all y'all, man. Y'all gave some great content. Great.
You have 2 new messages. Hey, what's up, bro? How you been? I heard you was on a show called Reasons. What's that?
Hey, fat boy, what's up, man? I saw you're on this show called Reasons with this guy named Fuel. Yeah, I was thinking about watching it, but like, I need some reasons to watch it. So, like, what are your reasons?
You have 0 new messages.
Yo, got some information.
Oh, yeah?
They're asking for it. What should we do?
Let's give it to him.
Let's do it.
From Dallas to LA.
From KC to Florida to LA.
Kansas City all the way to LA.
We watch Reasons, and it starts now.